Welcome to ZBTR TV.
The goal is to unearth and document the Zambian narrative in the best way possible.
Catch us live every Saturday on Facebook and YouTube.
We broadcast every Saturday at 10 a.m. EST, 7 a.m. PT.
With a growing audience across the globe, we connect Zambians and share resources abroad.
Be part of our journey. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
With a growing audience across the globe, we connect Zambians and share resources abroad.
The ZBTR TV show.
Did you know? Less than 10% of our viewers are subscribed. Don't miss out. Be part of the community. Mark your calendars. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Flow live.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to ZBTR TV. It's a midweek special feature, and we do appreciate you joining us today. Tell a friend, ZBTR is live, and we've got a special message and special conversation for you, especially for you in the diaspora. You need to listen to this, all right? So today's show is brought to you by the compliments of Diaspora Connect, the safe and reliable way to buy property in Zambia. Thinking about buying property in Zambia? Contact them, all right? So this is what we are discussing today, and I do hope that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, ZBTR TV, and we are also on Facebook. Welcome to the show, and please tell a friend that we are live. All right. My guest today is not a stranger to this platform. She's been here before, but however, her company and what they are doing is they have a special webinar coming up, and they also just want to keep us updated, especially for us in the diaspora. We need to be talking about these things, because one thing I realize is that rules, laws to do with certain things keep changing. And if you are not on the ground, especially at home, you may want to take a certain direction in doing something. Then you realize that it doesn't work that way anymore. So, all right, without wasting time, let me introduce my guest, Miss Natasha Chiumya. She is the CEO and founder of Diaspora Connect. Good afternoon to you. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you for having me on your platform.
Yes, you're welcome. How is Lusaka today?
Lusaka is nice and cool. You know,
It's
we're
nice
still
and
having
cool. I
some
understand
rain.
it's raining, right?
Yes, we're still having some rain, so we're enjoying this rain before
All
we get
right.
into the cold season.
And normally that's what happens. It rains, and then we get into the cold season. All right. All right, everybody. Before we get into the conversation and kick it off, let's listen to the message from our sponsors.
Another year has passed. You're a Zambian living abroad, and you still haven't made progress on your property investment goals. Does that sound familiar? The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack ambition. A lot of people fail because they just don't have a clear system to follow. And when you live abroad, the whole process of buying property can seem even more confusing. Lucky for you, we have just the thing to turn your property dreams into action. Join us for an exclusive session where we'll break down proven strategies to help you set, sustain, and achieve property goals in 2026. You'll even get a workbook to help you map out your own personal property investment plan. If securing your financial future through property is important to you, then sign up using the link below and join us for our property goal setting session for 2026. In just one session, you'll walk away with expert strategies to help you set achievable property goals, step-by-step guidance on budgeting and smart investment tips, and a structured workbook to help you prepare your own personal property plan. This is one webinar you can't afford to miss. Sign up now and start 2026 with a solid plan. The webinar is taking place on 28th March at 17 hours Zambian time. So register now using the link below, and we can't wait to see you there.
All right, welcome back, everybody. The thing that stands out in that commercial for me is most people fail not because they are not ambitious, or it's just that they don't know how to navigate the things and so. But before we get into that, into the webinar and what you'll be doing on that day on Saturday 28th, everybody, the link to sign is in the comments so that it's easy. You just click on it, and I don't want you to be copying it in the screen. You might miss a letter or something like that. So just go to the comments and click on the link, and you'll be good to go, and you'll be able to sign up for the webinar. Natasha, before things to do with online, internet, social media, blah blah blah. There's always somebody listening for the first time. All right. There's somebody hearing you for the first time. There's somebody seeing you for the first time. So I would like you to briefly just outline the services provided by Diaspora Connect.
Thanks for that question. So it's very simple. Diaspora Connect is purely focused on helping Zambians in the diaspora buy property back home in a safe and reliable way. Because we know that there's so many hurdles that our friends in the diaspora encounter. And so our objective is to make that process smoother, easier, more credible, and professional.
Excellent. I like the way you say it, smoother, because I keep saying this every time we have you on this show. We need to get away from this thing of sending money to Uncle so and so to undertake a huge transaction. Natasha, what are the most common misconceptions about real estate and property buying ownership in Zambia?
I think what I see from our clients in the diaspora, the most common mistakes is unrealistic expectations. So very often we see that people in the diaspora have a certain idea of what they think property should be in Zambia. They don't really understand the market. They don't understand the way, for example, we are based in Lusaka. They don't understand the way even just Lusaka has changed. Lusaka has grown so much. There are new areas that have opened up. And so people don't have a realistic expectation of what even the pricing is now of properties here at home. For some reason, a lot of people in the diaspora think because they're buying property back home, it should be very cheap. And so when you present them with a very good option, they'll say, no, it's very expensive. But they don't understand the factors that have gone into the price.
Highlight those factors. Those factors.
Infrastructure, so our government is overloaded. Our councils are overloaded. So certain services that you may take for granted, water, sewer, electricity, those are things you'll take for granted. You'll just think, oh, when I buy property, those things will just be there. They're not there. Because the way Lusaka has grown, the council, even the government itself, has not been able to keep pace with the rate of growth. So when you get enticed into buying a nice big plot and there are no services, believe you me, you'll have wished you would have paid for the more expensive plot, which is smaller, but comes with all of those services. So those are the things that our friends in the diaspora miss.
I like the word you used when you said unrealistic expectations. It's like we have this way of looking at things, and I think one of the biggest problems we have, Natasha, is that we always tend to do this direct conversion of the dollar, the pound, the what do you call it, whichever currency it is, to the kwacha. And you're working around things to say, so it shouldn't be like. What exactly are we missing in that context when it comes to the issue of unrealistic expectations?
Yeah, so I think it's a couple of things, Nathan. I think it's lack of research, it's lack of understanding the markets. And I don't blame our friends in the diaspora because I know in your markets where you are, you have like a property index. You have a website that information on average pricing in your neighborhood, in your area, is available at your fingertips. Unfortunately, in Zambia, we're not there yet. We keep being told that this is being worked on, it's coming, but at the moment, it's not there. So what happens is that people are relying on informal sources of information, very often from family members, friends, and so Facebook suddenly is a source of authority for
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many things. So when people see something on Facebook, they think, no, I shouldn't have to pay more than 30,000 kwacha for a plot. Or they might say, no, my cousin actually just bought a nice plot and it was 50,000. So people are relying on these informal sources of information, very often from non-professionals, because the formal property indices are not
Yes.
available. The second thing I would say is that people don't know how to compare properties. And again, I don't blame people. They don't know how to compare apples with apples. Very often, actually, people are comparing apples and oranges. So we have an upcoming goal setting, a property
Yes.
goal setting webinar. This will be a
Webinar.
workshop. And when I say work, that's what I mean. It'll be interactive. We'll be workshopping through these issues where I'm personally going to be showing people how to compare apples and apples so that some of these mistakes that I see week on week, because I get these stories all the time, I'm addressing those common mistakes that I see our friends in the diaspora making. But not only that, I'm actually giving them tools that they can use so that they don't fall into these traps, tools that they can use to actually compare different property offers so that they're getting something that's just right for them.
Excellent. Everybody watching, please, there is a link in the comments. It looks like that. Okay. The reason I've put it in the comments is it's easier for you just to click on it and it will come up. And it's only got three. Natasha, I'm impressed with this. Most things signing up, it's like 9-10 stages. Everybody watching, trust me, this one is only got 3 stages. Your name and the email address. That's it. And
Yes.
you are done.
Yes, first name, last name, email address. And actually, we would even just stop at the first name, but you know, a lot of us Zambians, we've got the same first name. I don't know how many Natashas I meet on a weekly and monthly basis.
And
So that's the only reason we even asked yes for your last name, just so we don't make a mistake.
Yeah, excellent. The purpose of this conversation, everybody watching, if you are going to watch a recorded show, we have quite a number of days ahead of us before this webinar takes place. It's going to be on 28th of March, which is a Saturday, 1700 hours Zambian time, which is 5 p.m. my time here. I believe it's 3 p.m. for Tandy in UK and everybody else. Check your time zones and things like that. You have talked about, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, before you ask the next question, Nathan, I just want to say in regards to the time zones, we know that your viewers, many of your viewers are in different time zones.
Yes.
And it might not be possible for them to join us next week, Saturday, on the 28th, that's 17 hours Zambian time. So this session is actually going to be recorded.
Yes.
And everyone who registers will receive the recorded session. So please do register so that you can receive the recorded session, so you can watch in your own time. I know the time zone might not be convenient for everybody, and people do have other obligations. If you're working, you're busy, then go ahead still and register so that at least you can go through the recording. It's going to be very practical, very useful.
And that's the part I also like best about how you have structured this thing, Natasha. Those who are not able to be part of the live presentation can receive the recording, like well said, and that is excellent. The other thing I want you to address is, I mean, we all have great plans, and I told you that in your commercial, For me, this is what stands out. We all have great plans, ambitions about owning property or buying land back home. What are the major reasons these dreams are not being realized?
That is a very, very good question. So I think you know what it is. I think for so many of our friends in the diaspora, they left Zambia a long time ago. And maybe some people left as a student,
Like me.
maybe they, like yourself, and you're still there.
You see, they mention all these places, Meanwood, Foxdale, and I'm like,
Yes.
Natasha, I know Olympia, North Mead, Kablonga,
Roma, exactly.
Roma.
These are all new areas. So I think for a lot of our friends like you, they left when they were very young. And there was a certain impression and idea that they had of home, of Z, as people like to say. And at that time, things, first of all, Zambia was not digital. The world was not digital. There were a lot of processes that were very manual. And to a certain extent, there's still some manual processes today. But my point is so much in Zambia has changed. And whereas 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, you needed to engage a relative or a friend to help you. But now that's not the situation in Zambia anymore. Now you really need to engage with professionals that can really help you achieve your goal.
Yes.
But you see, the thing is, because people still have that old idea of Zambia, that no, there are no real processes, or things are still not done. Things are done informally. You have to know somebody to know somebody. And that's what leads a lot of people to fail. The other thing is that people don't have a plan. You know, for all of us, if we have goals that we want to accomplish, especially big goals, we have to have a plan for it, because we know that big goals don't just happen. We don't wake up and find, oh, this is fantastic, I've met my goal. Rather, it takes putting in time and effort and having a plan that will help us be successful. So I would say those are the reasons why some people fail. Also, I just want to mention one more point here, Nathan, is buying property is a legal process. And for some of our friends in the diaspora, they still see it as a very informal thing, and it really baffles me. Because you're spending so much of your hard-earned money. And believe you me, I know from talking to clients how tough things are in the diaspora. You really have to work for every dollar or pound that you make. You work hard for that money. But somehow, people just send it informally. Not even with
$10,000.
Yes, with a WhatsApp, over a WhatsApp message. Maybe even an email if you're lucky. But buying property is a legal process, and it's one of the biggest financial decisions you're going to make, even if you're buying property back home.
That's
So
true.
trying to do it informally, I think, is one of the biggest mistakes I personally see people making.
And why do we keep falling for this trap of easy solutions to a complex process? I've witnessed, and I mean, it's like, you know how, what do they call it? What's the technological terminology? When you click on something online on a particular subject, it will lead you to a lot of all those other things, right? I do a lot of, I go to your page a lot because I want to be abreast with what is going on and stuff like that. So it brings up similar other pages to do with property. And Natasha, I'm seeing all these things, property for sale, you know? I wrote down the names of the Facebook pages, but due to cyber laws, let me not get myself into that problem. Why would I go to Facebook to try and buy property? Like you have said, this is a complex process, but I'm trying to trivialize it.
Exactly. Nathan, sorry, I need to actually plug in the charger for my laptop. Please give me 1 second.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah.
1 second.
Go ahead. We can take a break here. We'll take a break here, everybody. and we will come back. We're talking to Miss Natasha Chiumya. She is the CEO of Diaspora Connect. And let's take a break. We'll be back.
Another year has passed. You're a Zambian living abroad and you still haven't made progress on your property investment goals. Does that sound familiar? The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack ambition. A lot of people fail because they just don't have a clear system to follow. And when you live abroad, the whole process of buying property can seem even more confusing. Lucky for you, we have just the thing to turn your property dreams into action. Join us for an exclusive session where we'll break down proven strategies to help you set, sustain, and achieve property goals in 2026. You'll even get a workbook to help you map out your own personal property investment plan. If securing your financial future through property is important to you, then sign up using the link below and join us for our property goal setting session for 2026. In just one session, you'll walk away with expert strategies to help you set achievable property goals, step-by-step guidance on budgeting and smart investment tips, and a structured workbook to help you prepare your own personal property plan. This is one webinar you can't afford to miss. Sign up now and start 2026 with a solid plan. The webinar is taking place on 28th March at 17 hours Zambian time. So register now using the link below and we can't wait to see you there.
Hello, welcome back. We are discussing goal setting for property in Zambia. My guest is Ms. Natasha Chiumya. She's the CEO and founder of Diaspora Connect. All right, we didn't want that laptop dying on us right now.
No.
All right. What I have done, I have reposted, because those who are watching are putting up comments on the screen. Everybody watching, if you're going to watch this later in the day, tomorrow, before the 28th, I've reposted the signing up, the link for you to sign up into the comments. And so the question was, before, excuse me, before I put up Tandi's question here, she's asking a question. I was saying that, why do we for try to do a complex process, we try to take an easy route? Especially, what is the danger of those Facebook pages selling property? What are the risks here, Natasha?
Yes. So, we have a Facebook page, and of course, we've advertised property on Facebook. But what people need to do is they need to understand the right questions to ask. They need to understand the right steps to take. So for us, we are, for example, just one of the questions is the person who is selling the property, are they a licensed real estate agent? So for myself, I'm licensed with the Zambia Institute of Estate Agents. Our business is also licensed with the Institute, because if I wasn't, then I would be acting illegally. And unfortunately, what you get is a lot of illegal agents. In fact, almost 85% of agents that you see are illegal. And of course, they're going to use every tool at their disposal. They'll use Facebook, they'll use the internet, they'll use WhatsApp. So as buyers, we have to be the ones who are discerning.
Yes.
And I'm happy to say that we will be sharing what people need to ask, the questions they need to ask when they're buying property.
Excellent.
And then the other thing that's really important is, not only do you need to ask the right questions on the person who's advertising, you also need to ask the right questions of the person who's claiming to own that property. Because if you see it online, you've got no way of knowing at face value, do they actually own it? So are they actually the owner? They might be selling something that's not even theirs. And that's why we encourage clients to do a due diligence on the property they want to buy. So this is a service that we also offer clients, to do a due diligence. And I recall, Nathan, we did a due diligence for one client. They wanted to buy a house for their mother, actually, a plot for their mother. They were based in the US. They wanted to buy something for their mother. When we did the due diligence, we found that plot wasn't even owned by the person who wanted to sell it. It was actually owned by the council.
That is typical, right? Those are
Yes,
common things. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So those are the traps that we see people falling into.
Mm, mm. It's important. I'm glad my community leaders are here. We have association presidents watching. Charles, I see you, Tandy in the UK, and everybody else. Let's share this in our WhatsApp group so that people don't fall into these traps. Okay. Let's see if you can address this question from Tandy. Would REIZ be able to collect and package rate expectation into C service that they offer? I don't know whether you probably understand what she's saying and the terminology she's using here.
Actually, I'm happy to see Tandy on the call.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I'm happy to see her on the call. And hi there. If she can just clarify the question, is it rate expectations that agents should be charging?
Okay. All right. Tandy, can you clarify
If
that
it's
question? Mhm.
Yes, if it's the rate expectations, then yes, the Zambia Institute of Estate Agents can advise you. Yes. So the Zambia Institute of Estate Agents, ZIA,
Mhm.
would
Mhm.
be able to advise you on the rates that licensed estate agents can charge. And
Oh.
you can go to the ZIA page. They do have a Facebook page. You have to be careful. The one that they had was hacked. And unfortunately, it's got a lot of unsavory content on the hacked page.
Zia
Um,
is just give me those uh, Zambia.
Institute of Estate Agents.
Okay, Zambia Institute of Estate Agents. Everybody get
Yes,
that? Mhm.
yes, they will be able to advise you on rates that estate agents can charge. You can find them on Facebook. There are two Facebook pages. So the one which has unsavory material is obviously not the official page, but there is another page where you'll see information relating to estate agents, and they are also on LinkedIn.
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah, so you can get in touch with them, and they'll give you that information.
okay. That's good. That's very good. All right. Now let's get into the what do you call it? Let's get into this. The main, the what do you call it? The much anticipated and expected. Okay, the webinar on 28th of March. And this is a goal setting webinar, a session. It's more like a seminar online, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
That's
something.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about what participants should expect. What should the participants expect on this?
Yeah, so this, like I mentioned at the beginning of our call, this is going to be a working session, a workshop.
Mhm, mhm.
It's going to be very interactive. And what I'll be doing is taking people through a process where they can actually come up with smart property goals. And at the end of it, they'll be able to have a clear roadmap of how they can prepare their own property action plan. Now, very often I get people who tell me that when they've been living in the diaspora for some time, they actually don't even know where to start.
Mm.
And that mental block is what actually forces them to consult with the wrong people, with relatives and friends who tell them, no, 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 I'll help you. I'll help you. You don't know that that help is actually, you're helping them help themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So what we're giving people is a roadmap where they don't have to start from zero. They'll be
Mm,
starting from a very, very good place of knowledge.
mm.
We're also going to be doing a real life case study
Okay.
of how how you can have a plan on what you want, but once you start following the steps of our plan, you may have to change. When you start doing your research, when you start looking at what's on the ground, we help you also learn how to adapt your plan so
Mm.
that it's realistic. There's no point in having a big property goal that you have no hope of meeting. The other thing is that we really encourage people to take into account the stage of life they're in. People are at different stages of life.
Yes.
Some people are young professionals. Maybe some people have young children. Others are more mature. Maybe they're thinking about having a property because their kids are about to finish school. Others are looking at retirement. And those things affect the type of property you're going to be looking for.
Yes. Yeah.
So those are things that we discuss. It's very practical. And then one of the things that I'm really proud that we introduced in last year's session is something called the anti-goal. What is the anti-goal? The anti-goal is that thing that stops you from meeting your goals. Very often we talk about, this is my goal, I'm doing my personal goal setting or my property goal setting. But what are those things that will come out of the woodwork and stop you from meeting your goal? How should you tackle those things?
I like that. Anti-goal, right?
Yes, yes.
Being real practical with things of life, and it's that's like a gut wrencher when you say that, because a lot of things happen and a lot of stuff and things. So everybody, please, you need to register. I just reposted the link again in the comments so that it's easy for you to just click on it. 3 steps: name, first name, second name, and your email. And the best part about this, Natasha, is what I want you to repeat what you said. If somebody is not able to participate in the live session, what happens?
If someone's not able to participate in the live, then all they need to do is register and they will still get the recorded session. Because we know that people are busy. We know that some people have to work over the weekend. Some people, the time difference just makes it impossible for them to join live. So they will get the recorded session. Something else that I should mention is that we do have a workbook that we will be distributing that goes with this webinar. And that workbook, unfortunately, due to time constraints, we can't go through every section of the workbook during the workshop. We only have 2 hours. But people can take that workbook away with them and start to fill it out in their own time, because it does require them to take some actual steps. They will be recording. If they use the workbook properly, I'm telling you, these people will be flying by the end of the year, because they'll be doing their research.
Now, what about those who are not? Is there going to be an electronic copy of the workbook?
The workbook is electronic.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so we are dropping it live in the session. And then when we send out the recorded session, all people need to do is reply to the email with the recording and say they want the workbook.
Okay.
And they'll get it.
That's an important instruction right there. That's an important.
Yes, absolutely. Because like I said, I want this to be practical. I want by the end of the year, people should say, okay, this was my plan. These are the steps I've taken. And this is what I've been able to accomplish.
Okay.
Nathan, I'm sure like me, you feel that time is moving so quickly. Here we are already at the end of Q1.
I know, right?
Yes. So people should be able to say, okay, it's the end of 2026. When it came to my property goal, this is what I've accomplished because I came up with a plan.
Yeah, because time is really flying, and it's amazing how we're already what? This is the middle of March, right? We'll be going into April in a few weeks and a few days. And for general questions, let me see. I have this number. I got it off your... Is that the correct number?
That is the correct number. People can send a message to that number. It's on WhatsApp. And ask any questions they have on our upcoming goal setting webinar, or if they have any questions about the services that we offer, the properties that we're currently marketing, they're free to get in touch with our team on that number.
Okay, excellent. So everybody, there you go. You have everything at your disposal. You have no reason or excuse to fail. That is, so the goal setting property webinar is coming up. That's on March. Let me just put it up there. The webinar is on March 28th at 1700 hours Central African time, or whatever Central Standard Time. However, like she said, for me, the best part is even if I'm not able to participate in the live event, I'll still get the link and all the other things, because I've got property goals as well. And I think I need to recalculate and reset my thinking of. I don't even know where Foxdale is. I don't know what Meanwood is. And I know Tandy is having fun with this, what I'm saying right now. One time she was in one part of Zambia, she sends me a message and I said, Tandy, I have no clue what you're talking about.
No, exactly. The market has changed so much.
Yeah, for me, Natasha, it's Roma, Kablonga, Ibex, North Mid, Roadspark. Those are the areas that I know. When you're talking about Meanwood, you're speaking Greek. Any final word for our listeners before we wind up this discussion?
Yes. So what I would like to say is that we're actually closing registration tomorrow.
Oh.
So we hope that people are able to take action and sign up today.
Okay.
Tomorrow by the very latest.
Yeah. Please, my leaders, all those watching this, let the people in our community know that registration is closing tomorrow on the 20th, right?
Yes. And the reason why we're closing registration tomorrow is because next week we want to focus on doing the final preparations for the webinar.
Okay.
Including just sending out reminders. You know, people are busy and everybody has their attention pulled in so many different directions.
Yes.
So next week, we are just going to be sending out reminders to those who have registered, reminding those who can't make it that the recording will be available. We're going to be meeting on Google Meet. So we'll also be giving people instructions on how to download Google Meet if they don't have it already on their device, on their laptop, or on their phones. We don't want technology to be an impediment. So we're going to be busy with some practical preparations and arrangements next week. So that's the reason why we're closing registration tomorrow on the 20th of March. So please do encourage your communities to register for this webinar. It's going to be very practical and very useful.
Excellent. All right, there you go, everybody. Property goal setting webinar, March 28th. The registration closes tomorrow. And this was our midweek special feature. Always appreciate, Natasha, for your time and trying to solve these complex problems for us. And avoiding me sending money to my cousin to buy me that plot in Chisamba.
And then you see your cousin's house.
Yeah,
and then nicer than yours.
My cousin has built a two-story house.
That's right. I just got an email about that last week from one of my clients.
Oh no, these things are still happening.
Every day.
Come on, people.
Can I just say, Nathan, so I've been thinking about this a lot. Sorry, I know we're winding up. I just want to say.
Go ahead.
I've been thinking about why does this keep happening? Why do people in the diaspora keep making this mistake? And I think what happens is, when you're talking to your family members every week, they give you this picture of Zambia that serves their purposes. Things are very tough here. Things are hard. What? So you get this idea that things in Z are still not working properly. It's only when you come and you see the way they are living that people get surprised. Then they'll be, can't see this is what Zambia is really like. So that's what happens when you're not connected to platforms like ours.
Yeah.
You end up getting a very disjointed view of Zambia. Because unfortunately, sometimes our relatives, they have their own plans for your budget.
I know, right? Truth, that's the truth. And the truth hurts and nobody wants to hear the truth. Yeah. Natasha, thank you. Looking forward to the webinar and appreciate everything that you do and engaging and reaching out. I appreciate it so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much once again for having me on your platform. It's always a pleasure to be here and to speak with you. And I also want to honor and respect the work that you're doing to share information and resources with Zambians in the diaspora.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, everybody, that's our special midweek feature there. Please remember to register. Registration closes tomorrow, okay? And it's for planning purposes, and I'm glad we had this conversation. Okay, we'll see you for our regular broadcasting. Do tune in and don't forget to register for the webinar that is coming up in time, so that everybody, please register again. I want to emphasize that register. My pastor friends there, Pastor Masua, please register. It closes tomorrow on the 20th. Thanks everybody for joining us, and you do have a great week.
Another year has passed. You're a Zambian living abroad and you still haven't made progress on your property investment goals. Does that sound familiar? The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack ambition. A lot of people fail because they just don't have a clear system to follow. And when you live abroad, the whole process of buying property can seem even more confusing. Lucky for you, we have just the thing to turn your property dreams into action. Join us for an exclusive session where we'll break down proven strategies to help you set, sustain, and achieve property goals in 2026. You'll even get a workbook to help you map out your own personal property investment plan. If securing your financial future through property is important to you, then sign up using the link below and join us for our property goal setting session for 2026. In just one session, you'll walk away with expert strategies to help you set achievable property goals, step-by-step guidance on budgeting and smart investment tips, and a structured workbook to help you prepare your own personal property plan. This is one webinar you can't afford to miss. Sign up now and start 2026 with a solid plan. The webinar is taking place on 28th March at 17 hours Zambian time. So register now using the link below, and we can't wait to see you there.
Zambia Blog Talk Radio.